Hey, what's up, guys? This is Seven. Just gonna go real quickly for the new people and just show you how to set up Kratos into Tradingview and to create an alert. So once you have access to the indicators, once you subscribe, just go under to your invite only, and then you can scroll through here, and then it'll have the Kratos there for you. You load it to your charts, and then you should see it something like this. Then you can go to settings, and then you're going to want to adjust your settings to whatever the latest, most up-to-date settings are. Currently, right now, December the 11th, going into rollover week for the 19th, these are the current settings. Well, it will be 200, so we're adjusting that to 200. These are the current settings, so what you want to do is always make sure that you're up to date on um, the most recent settings for the algo for each ticker, and you can go to the Discord and you can find that here under the algo settings, Kratos Hedge AI, and then you'll always see the latest settings here. So they don't change that often, every few months or so, but in this case, we just actually changed this from 500 to 200 because we are in rollover, and so contract volume is being currently divided between the outgoing and the incoming contract. So get a load on your chart, check each ticker. For the most part, all of these settings are always going to change the same. We just may slightly adjust how quickly we take profit or whatever. But um, the most important thing that never changes is you need to be on the 1 minute, whether it's ES or NQ, and you need to be on the RTH charts, the regular trading hours. So we don't need to show the Asian and London sessions, so ETH. So one of the biggest things that people forget to change is this RTH. So, and that's the same ES on my left, NQ on the right. So again, NQ, go into the Discord, look under the Kratos settings and find the settings for NQ. Currently here, we were at 800, currently at 600, just taking profits a little bit faster than what we were. So like for instance today, three good trades, ran up 755, trailed it, took profit 625, 610, 625, where we were running it in the full volume contract just slightly higher. But we just make those adjustments as it goes, and I'll just always keep you up to date when we do make those changes. But it's pretty simple for you to also change, because since most of these settings don't really change, we may sometimes, Mondays typically never. I'll get into that. Could potentially use a different correlation ticker, but for the most part, with the main settings, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as far as the Kratos algo. And then if you're just curious of, you know, what it may look like if you change these settings, if you say you wanted to see what 800 would look like, you can, and just check what's your profitable trades, what's your P&L. If it increases, then maybe you can adjust that. But so I would just check that weekly, but typically it doesn't change that often, every month or two. But right now we'll leave it at 600, and then once we get into the thick of things in the March contract, going into the first part of January, then we can potentially raise this back up. But either way, it doesn't change the overall algo's performance for the most part. It just, we take profits a little bit faster. And but again, but you don't have to change these that very often. So just always check in the Discord and make sure you have the latest settings. Now, once you've got all the settings and everything correct, you can go over here to the alert. You can create a new alert. Again, make sure this is on regular trading hours. Select the algo. Most of this can stay the same. Now, if you're just going to manually trade, you can name this whatever, and you can leave this information. And you don't really need anything here. So once you have that, for manually trading off the signals, just to get the alerts, you can hit create. And then once the algo takes a buy or an exit or a take profit, and then you're going to get an alert that pops up over here in this log, and then you can enter and exit your trades. Now, if you're going to automate the system through somebody like Traders Post, then you're going to need to put a JSON webhook. You can get that off the Traders Post website. It's going to look something like this, and then you would just need to copy that and then paste it here. And then the other step is you're going to need to get the webhook from Traders Post for your strategy, and you would paste it there. But that's a whole different video. For the most part, that's how you set the alert. And then the automation is a whole different thing. So you can obviously trade off the algos manually, or automate them through somebody like Traders Post. But that's pretty much it. There is a separate video on how to automate it, so you can just check that out in the Discord.